Hi fellow traders, I'm making this video to share my trading plan of USD CAD. Before I explain to you why I chose USD CAD and what all factors I considered to trade USD CAD, I'll tell you my exit entry point, which is based on this Bollinger Band. Since market was going sideways on this 1 hour time frame, I chose Bollinger Band to figure out my exit points. When market returned back to the upside from the lower band and it made a tweezer bottom, I started looking at the market to understand whether or not this is going to continue to the upside. After this tweezer top, I saw that market continued to the upside in another two candles as well, and then I took my buy position at 2603, from where my SL and TP is something around 35 pips. So my SL will be below this point, 25,681, but I'm not gonna place the SL. I'll wait for closing of 1 hour candle, and if any 1 hour candle is closed below this swing low, I'll exit the position. For target, I will not set any fixed TP. If you want to set any fixed TP, you can set at 26,3089, 1.26389. I'll rather wait for market to touch upper band. If market will start going up, the upper band will also turn to the upside, which may give us slightly bigger target, maybe 38 pips, maybe 40 pips. That's why I'm not setting a TP, and I'll wait market to touch the upper band. So that's all about the exit and entry. Now I'm going to explain why I decided to buy USD CAD, why I decided to buy USD in the first case. Let's look at other currency pair. Euro USD has been trending to the upside since August 20, and there is a huge chances that Euro USD can correct to the downside. In other words, we can say that the US dollar can correct against its recent losses versus Euro, versus GBP, versus AUD, and versus NZD. While these currencies will correct, US dollar will gain. But shall I buy US dollar against these currency? In other words, shall I sell one of these four currency pairs? No, because all of these four currency pairs are stronger than Canadian dollar since August 20. If we look at the Canadian dollar is the weakest. If we compare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these five currencies against dollar, you can see that the Canadian dollar made a downward move, which seems just to be a harmonic retracement, previous retracement, and this is the similar retracement. And USD CAD has been going to the sideways after initial move of 3 days between 20th August and 25th August, and it has been going sideways for almost 6 days, whereas other currencies were going to the upside. It means Canadian dollar has not been gaining anything against US dollar for last 6 days, whereas other four currencies were gaining against US dollar. So this scenario shows that Canadian dollar seems as weak as US dollar. Therefore, while US dollar will start gaining for its correction against its recent losses, USD CAD will go to the upside with bigger magnitude than these four pairs, which is why we should buy USD CAD rather than selling these four currency pairs. I also looked at USDCHF and USDJPY. USDCHF is somewhere from where it can go in either direction, which is why it's not in a buy zone, not in a sell zone either. And there is either rumor, I don't know, there is a rumor in the market that Swiss National Bank can intervene in the market, which is why it's safer to exclude CHF. If we look at the USDJPY, which is at a sell zone because it's at a very high price. If we look at the price of USDJPY before the pandemic impacted the market, it was at the same area, something around 109, 110, and right now it's there. So it can either stagnate to the sideways, because both are the safe haven currency, JPY, CHF, US dollar. All these three are safe haven currency. If we just exclude CHF, JPY has also lost, just like US dollar has recently lost. So while USD will gain for the correction against its recent losses, JPY can also gain. So USD JPY is not a suggested pair to buy. So finally we have USD CAD, and while looking at USD CAD after a huge fall to the downside since February 2020 is already correcting to the upside on this weekly time frame, and this is an uptrend, which is why this just like previous retracement, this downward movement can also be treated just as a retracement, and my market can continue to the upside, and there is a chance that it can even make a new higher high once USD will start correcting against its recent losses. However, I'm not gonna set my target very high or above this previous swing high. I'm just now gonna trade this Bollinger Band, and then I'll see what happens in the market. If market will break this entire the range, then I'll perhaps make another video for another opportunity to buy USD CAD again, for not range based trading, for the trend based trading. So once this range will be broken, I may enter buy again, and then I may target something above this previous high for this trend based trading. So that's all about this trading plan. Thank you for watching. Meanwhile, there are few news in the market which are not very high impacting news. If we look at the calendar today, we can find unemployment claims, which is gonna be released today at 8:30 a.m. New York time, but we can ignore that. That's not a high impact news. There is a high impact news tomorrow, that is non-farm payroll, and I expect non-farm payroll uh, to be something similar to the forecast. And I'm saying this having seen the recent data of GDP, CPI, retail sales, which are kind of mixed data, not very negative, not very positive. I also looked at the manufacturing PMI, and services PMI is going to be released tomorrow. So I'm not expecting much impact of this data, which is why there can be temporary move during release of this data. And there is also a chance that our trade, which is now based on this range on 1 hour time frame, will be already closed before release of NFP or services PMI tomorrow. So if it will get closed before the release, that's very favorable condition for us. Otherwise, we will look at the closing of the candle after release of NFP as well as ISM services PMI tomorrow. I will not take any decision of placing SL, because SL can be hit by because of any spike caused temporarily by any of these news. So that's it. And if we hit the TP before the news, that's the most preferred condition, and then we will look at USD CAD again to understand what effect these two news have finally caused on this pair, and then we will make another plan for trading this trend which started here, and we will see where can we set our target. So that's all. Thank you for watching.